Cool, dass ihr alle wieder da seid. Wir haben heute das Neujahrs-Special zu Rosh Hashanah für das Jahr 5772 und wir haben einen ganz besonderen Gast heute, und zwar Shaanan Street von Hadag Nahash, der coolsten Hip-Hop-Gruppe aus Israel. Die haben einen Soundtrack gemacht, unter anderem für Don't Mess with the Zohan. Dann haben sie ein ganz berühmtes Lied geschrieben, Shira Tasdika, mit David Großmann zusammen, dem israelischen Autoren. Und wir werden ein bisschen mit dem quatschen über Rosh Hashanah, über was alles so geht zurzeit. Ein ganz spannender Brauch übrigens bei Rosh Hashanah ist, am Nachmittag zu einem lebendigen Gewässer zu gehen und ein Stück Brot mitzunehmen, so ganz herkömmliches Stück Brot, wie es in eurer Küche auch gibt. Und das sinnbildlich so für die schlechten Taten des alten Jahres in das Wasser zu werfen und sozusagen sich selber symbolisch zu reinigen. Schaut's euch an, stay tuned. Stay tuned, schaut's euch an. Schaut's euch an, stay tuned. Was? Achso, weggehen. Jo Leute, jetzt sind wir hier vor der Halle in Berlin-Friedrichshain, wo Hadag Nahash nachher auftreten wird. Im Moment proben die Jungs noch. Shaanan wird gleich rauskommen, wenn wir Interview machen, ein bisschen quatschen. Und ich werde mich jetzt noch mal hinsetzen und warten, bis die Jungs fertig sind. So dude, you know we have like our holiday web show here, and this time it's about Rosh Hashanah. You know, the last episode we were at Rabbi Kiegel's house from Chabad, and like your stream of Judaism is called Hadag Nahash. What is that? Is that like Hasidic or modern Orthodox, or what do you guys believe in?
We believe in having a good time, but we're not really a stream of Judaism.
You're not?
Just a whole bunch of people that made a band.
So, and like in your worldview, like when does the Mashiach come?
The Mashiach?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I don't know if and when.
The interesting thing is that you know we live like in a diaspora. Mm-hmm. When there's Rosh Hashanah, it's not really a big celebration somewhere in the city. You know, just when you go to synagogue, mm-hmm. But when you go out of there, you know, it's like everyday life in Berlin. So you who live like in a Jewish country, mm-hmm. Do you celebrate Rosh Hashanah also with like the religious way, with like dipping apples in honey and stuff, or do you have like fireworks or drinking? Like what's going on there?
We have a family dinner, and we eat the apples with honey. We eat the challah with honey. Some people eat the head of a fish or the head of a lamb, but I can't say that I do that. Maybe a cabbage head. And every culture has some sort of a festivity because of the New Year. Mm-hmm. New Year, it's new hopes and new wishes for every human alive, you know. In Israel we celebrate the Jewish New Year because there's a lot of Jews there.
But you know, you said this place, Jerusalem, where you guys, or where you are from. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I know like Tel Aviv, and I know Haifa, and I know Beersheba, but like Jerusalem, is that a big place? Are there a lot of Jews there?
Are you serious? Jerusalem is where it all began, my friend.
There, you get like a minyan there, like 10 people if in the morning, or?
Jerusalem, in my opinion, is where it's all going to be decided.
Yeah.
If Jerusalem can find a solution within itself, so the whole Middle East is going to find a solution. And if Jerusalem doesn't find a solution within itself, within all the cultures that are living there, mm-hmm. If one culture doesn't understand that the other two cultures also feel that this place is their home, so the Middle East is doomed.
You know, recently, like people like us here, we were very inspired by like those demonstrations that were going on in Israel. Mm-hmm. But we only have like the media coverage, you know. Mm-hmm. We don't really know what's going on. Sometimes we meet people from Israel who say, yeah, it's very inspiring atmosphere. Sometimes we meet people who say, yeah, the people, you know, the Israeli economy is growing and the people are complaining on a high level. Can you maybe explain for us who don't know what's going on, as somebody who performed at a demonstration, also for people, like what is the atmosphere there and what caused it?
First of all, it's important to say that both things are correct. On the one hand, the demonstrations are very inspiring and I also think important. And I think that they will bring results, not in the short term, but in the long term. And on the other hand, it's also true that the Israeli economy is growing. This is numbers. It can't be argued with. The problem is the economy is growing, but the people don't get their share.
And so do you think something will come out of it? Do you think at some point it's just going to puff away, or do you think there will be changes because of this movement?
I think the seed to a new Israeli has been planted.
Mm-hmm.
We should perceive it as a seed, not as a plant and not as a tree. I think that it's only a seed, but I think that it's going to be much harder for governments to create laws that screw the public. Much harder. I think people aren't buying as into the concept that there's no other way. All our life in Israel, people telling us there's no other way. You have to pay taxes like you do because there's no other way. You have to go to the army like you do because there's no other way. You pay the most in the world bank fees because there's no other way. Education for your child is as expensive as Tokyo because there's no other way. I think enough people know people living in other countries to realize that there is another way. And this is the beginning of the new way.
But doesn't Israel also have more challenges? I mean, here with the welfare state, things work pretty well, but there are also not so many challenges, right?
We have to deal with the challenges as well. How long are we going to say, there's no other way, we have challenges? How long are we going to stay mentally challenged?
But right now, there was like this Arab Spring going on, and then the demonstrations in Israel. Mm-hmm. So there is something like a positive movement. On the other hand, there's all this trouble, with Erdogan and the Egypt-Israeli relationship and this Palestinian thing to the UN now. How do you think, are you more afraid or more, do you think something positive can come out of the mess right now?
So short term I'm worried. I don't think that Israel has any sort of serious infrastructure to deal with all of the immediate challenges that you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Long term, if in fact what we're seeing, and I hope that that's what we're seeing, is the Arab world, a democratization of the Arab world. Israel and the world has everything to gain. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in countries that are built on a strong leader. I believe in countries that are built on people, and that's true in Europe, and that's true in the Arab world.
Mm-hmm. And so maybe finally, Rosh Hashanah, there is the blowing of the shofar, and this sound is supposed to, it's an instrument, the sound is supposed to clean, the consciousness, and it's kind of music. You're doing also music, so how is your wake-up call going to be in the future? How is Hadag Nahash continuing? You guys are on tour right now, or any new projects?
Yeah, we're working, first of all, the shofar, the myth that I heard, it's supposed to open the gates of heaven.
Also good.
Yeah, I like that one too. And about the Hadag Nahash, yeah, we're full speed ahead. We were Band of the Year, Album of the Year. We're working on new stuff. We're playing in Israel. We're playing outside Israel, like tonight in Berlin. It's all happening. We carry the message.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for the interview, man.
Mendelssohn, rock on.
So Leute, ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß gehabt mit dem Interview. Am 28. September am Abend fängt das Jahr 5772 an. Leute kommen auf mich zu auf der Straße und sagen, Mendelssohn, 5772, das stimmt doch gar nicht. Die Welt ist irgendwie 15.634.882.000 Jahre und 4 Minuten alt. Und die traditionelle Erklärung dafür ist, dass halt die ersten 7 Tage, die 7 Tage der Schöpfung, nicht als 24-Stunden-Tage zu verstehen sind, sondern als Jahrhunderttausend lange Epochen, so das Entstehen der ganzen Steine und so und der Pflanzen. Und dass man das im übertragenen Sinne sehen soll und nicht so absolut die Zahl. Mir persönlich ist das, ich kann das sagen, so ein bisschen Latte, weil es geht nicht darum, was für eine Zahl das ist, ob das 5000 oder 8000 sind, sondern worum es geht, ist, für was die Zahl steht. Und sie steht nicht für ein Ereignis unter uns Menschen, sie steht für etwas Größeres. Sie steht für die Erschaffung dieser gesamten Welt. Und wir anerkennen, dass jeder, der hier ist, die Pflanzen, die Tiere, die Menschen, dass das Wunder ist. In diesem Sinne wünsche ich euch ein frohes neues Jahr, Lisha Natova, und bis beim nächsten Mal wieder bei Mendelssohn X.